Mac Jones and the New England Patriots faced their second consecutive loss of the season in Week 2 against the Miami Dolphins. And it was a game that felt all too familiar for both the team and their supporters. The Patriots fell behind early, made a late game push, but we ultimately witnessed their comeback effort fall short once more. Does this scenario ring a bell? It is likely because this narrative has become a recurrent theme whenever the Patriots find themselves in a closely contested, hard-fought match. The Pats lost this game 24-17, but there was little to distinguish it from their season-opening defeat against the Philadelphia Eagles. The same storyline continues to unfold in these close games. Up until this point in his NFL journey, Jones hasn't experienced a defining victory. Whenever he's had the opportunity to stage a comeback, the offense has stumbled. In Week 1, Kayshon Boutte couldn't keep his feet in bounds. In Week 2, Mike Gesicki fell short of the marker on 4th and 4. These guys just can't beat good teams right now. Throughout Jones's first 2 seasons and 2 weeks in the league, when New England emerges victorious, it's typically because of a substantial margin. The average margin of victory in his first 16 wins is 18.5 points, indicating their ability to comfortably outperform weaker opponents. Conversely, the average margin of defeat in Jones's 17 loss has been 9 points, with 8 of those losses being by 7 points or fewer. In essence, when given the chance to rectify earlier mistakes in the game, Jones has struggled to deliver. This stands in stark contrast to, well, TB12, where you can rely on him almost every single time to come away with a W. While missed opportunities and early deficits continue to hinder the team's quest for a win, Jones's performance remains a hotly debated topic amongst fans and the media. He completed 31 of 42 passes for 231 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. While these stats are generally considered decent, Jones's occasionally poorly timed throws and seemingly inability to make crucial plays in the clutch have some questioning if he should bear the brunt of the blame for New England's Week 2 loss. Even the staunchest Jones supporter would likely admit that his third quarter pass intercepted by Miami's quarterback Xavier Howard was absolutely atrocious, both in terms of decision and the execution of the throw. With the Pats just inches from the red zone, the throw just seemed forced. Then there was their final offensive play where he threw the ball to Gesicki, who was short of the mark. Maybe it's not the best idea to throw the ball to someone who's not beyond the sticks on 4th and 4. However, placing the blame solely on Jones would be completely unjust without acknowledging the makeshift nature of the offensive line he's been working behind. While both Strange and Onwenu returned to their usual positions on Sunday, the Pats unit still appeared to be very raw, with no identity. In addition to Strange and Onwenu finally coming back, Vidarian Lowe had to make a start at left tackle because Trent Brown was out with concussion. Calvin Anderson started at right tackle, but it seems like he's not up to speed yet. It's been a mess. In contrast to New England's struggles up front, the Dolphins' defensive front often outplayed their counterparts, with B-gap blitzes from defenders like David Long, Bradley Chubb, and Andrew Van Ginkel speeding around the end. Despite playing without injured outside linebacker Jalen Phillips, Miami's defense notched 4 sacks and 8 quarterback hits for the night. Anderson was charged with allowing a sack on Jones, along with surrendering 3 quarterback hits. Strange, Lowe, and Antonio Mafi were each tagged with allowing sacks, while center David Andrews and running back Ezekiel Elliott allowed a hit on Jones. In every instance where Miami's pass rush reached Jones, the Pats quarterback had less than 2.5 seconds to react. This placed immense pressure on Mac Jones. Now some positive notes. Mac Jones held up well to the frequent pressure he faced and, unexpectedly, excelled at throwing on the move, which typically isn't his strong suit. Jones showcased his prowess on the move with several standout plays. His third down pass to Ramondre Stevenson, the pinpoint sideline throw to Juju Smith-Schuster, plus that improv throw that he made at Juju in the red zone, and the fourth quarter touchdown pass to Hunter Henry all occurred while Jones was on the move, either rolling out or scrambling. One of his most notable moments came in the 3rd and 15 situation in the early fourth quarter, where he took off and scrambled an impressive 18 yards down the sideline for a crucial first down. Just 2 plays later, he found Henry for the touchdown. Now, I'll say this is not something I like seeing Mac Jones have to do, but yeah, he was probably on the move because the offensive line was a wreck. Still, it's nice to see that he can do it. Moving on to stats. Mac was 31 of 42 for 231 yards, 1 TD, and 1 interception. Despite some limited success in the downfield passing game, it wasn't an exceptionally dynamic aerial assault. Jones maintained an average of only 5.5 yards per attempt. However, he did demonstrate efficiency and precision on shorter throws, completing 25 of 26 within 10 yards. Additionally, Jones recorded 66.7 completion rate, which is a significant increase from the 43.8 he had in week 1. Now, he didn't have any really big plays. Besides his throws on the move, he didn't have any big strikes downfield. In fact, 0 completed passes over 20 yards, which most of the time I'm okay with for Mac, but he is 3 for 13 for the season over 20 yards, 23%. Meanwhile, he is great at anything under 20. In the 10 to 19 yard range, he is 10 of 18, 55%. In the 0 to 9 yards, 32 for 40, 80%. And anything behind the line of scrimmage, 21 for 22, 95.5. An interesting note for Mac was his rushing. He had 4 rushes for 25 yards, with one being a scramble where he shed a tackle and went for another 8 yards. Mac might not be the twitchiest dude, but he doesn't have dead legs. Going into week 3, Mac ranks 6th in the NFL for passing yards, shares 4th place for passing touchdowns, and leads in pass completions. Notably, he also holds the top spot in passing attempts. In the first 2 weeks, Jones has accumulated 506 yards, throwing 4 touchdown passes along with 2 interceptions. His pass completion rate stands at an impressive 68.8. When comparing his performance to previous year, the contrast is striking to say the least. In the same period last year, Jones threw 465 yards, only securing 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, with a completion rate of 64.6. A comprehensive analysis of the numbers underscores the evident improvements. Jones has notably increased his passing yardage and touchdowns, while also reducing his interception rate. Moreover, the overall offensive performance has seen a significant boost. Last year, in the initial 2 games, the Patriots achieved 35 first downs. This year, they have already reached 47 first downs in the same time frame. Keep in mind, the Eagles and the Dolphins have really good defenses. Just remember that. But, in conclusion, I gave Mac a C+ here, which is really weighted on that interception and the final throw to Gesicki. In both situations, the decision and the throw were both brutal. But, it's important to note that not all of these issues rest on Mac Jones' shoulders. His offensive supporting cast falls short compared to what his former Alabama Crimson Tide teammates, Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa, have with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. Yet, he came remarkably close to beating both of them in the first 2 weeks. However, coming close doesn't cut it, right? Jones had some opportunities to win both games and came up short on both occasions. Jones might benefit from more support, but he's managed reasonably well. There are rather lackluster options available for him right now. Now, the Patriots' formidable defense does help, but the offense needs to convert their stops into points much more consistently. As the leader of the offense, this responsibility falls squarely on Jones' shoulders. At some juncture, Jones will need to demonstrate that he's the one who can secure these types of wins for the Patriots. While New England has won close games with Jones at the helm, they haven't primarily been due to offensive output. Beating the Eagles and the Dolphins at the start of the season would have signaled a genuine step forward for New England's offense and Mac Jones. Although it's early in the season, it looks like Jones has made some progress in some facets of his game, so there is some hope there. For New England's fortunes to change, though, he must find a way to grind out wins against top-tier opponents. Jones isn't alone in struggling to lead the Patriots to these victories, but he is the quarterback and the leader of the offense. There is still some time to figure this out, but at some point, Mac Jones must come through for New England, especially now that they've started 0-2. Let's see what we can do against the Jets. It looks like the weather is going to be rough on Sunday. Plus, the Jets' defense is arguably one of the best in the league. Hopefully Mac can show that he can manage the offense rather than him being managed with the weather and the defense. So, what do you guys think Mac's stat line will be this weekend? Is Mac trending in the right direction this year? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.